What's going on, folks? Rick here. I'm back with another video, and I'm here to do two case reviews for the Oneplus 8. Now, I was having similar problems with the LG V60, and being that this is not the most high-end version of OnePlus's devices that they have out now. This is not the Pro model, which the Pro model is getting a lot of the hype, and the OnePlus 8 standard version, not so much. There weren't a lot of options out there for me. So typically I would go with a Spigen case. I like the Spigen Ultra Hybrid cases for my phones. I was not finding it at all online, so I'm not sure if Spigen makes an Ultra Hybrid for the OnePlus 8 base standard version. So I went ahead and went with two non-name brand, just kind of generic cases that I saw on Amazon. And just like I mentioned before, similar to the similar to the LG V60, I also purchased the same exact case that I bought for the V60, which was as close as possible to the Ultra Hybrid case that I've grown to love over the past few years. Alright, so let's start out with the case that we have over here to the left. This case I purchased on Amazon for $8.98 with a 10% coupon, so I think it came out to about like $8.25 or around $8. The case manufacturer, I'll leave it in the description below. It's really hard to pronounce the name. Is SUCNAKP, Suknap, whatever you want to call it. This is that manufacturer. I believe this is a Chinese product. I could just kind of tell from the packaging and some of the stickers that are on there, this was shipped out from China. But nevertheless, this is some basic protection for the OnePlus 8. And again, we have another manufacturer with really difficult names to pronounce. I'll leave it in the link description. Aperture Store. Basically, it's a generic case that I purchased for my LG V60 from a different company. However, it's the same identical case. I purchased this for $7.98, and it's one of those clear TPU type of cases. So without further ado, let's open these cases up and try them out on the OnePlus 8. All right, let's start out with the one here to the left first. See what we have here. Packaging here, again, fairly basic case packaging, nothing too authentic here. It's in like this kind of Ziploc type of bag. Okay, let's move that to the side. All right, so you have this textured pattern here inside the case. There's no ridges at all to this pattern. It's just a design element for the inside of the case. Bit of a rugged style looking case. You know, you do have that rippled feel here, and then you also have that down here as well. And here are your cutouts for the actual phone. So let's try to slap in the OnePlus 8 into this case. Now, I just have to let you guys know, it did say on Amazon that this does not work for the OnePlus 8 Verizon version. I'm not sure, maybe because of antennas and things of that nature. So if you have a Verizon version of the OnePlus 8, I wouldn't go with this case. And typically, I don't like to go with these really hard, rugged style looking cases, but I figured I need some protection. The phone is very slippery, and in the time that I've had it without a case, I've been very, very afraid of dropping it. And if you're not really picking up the color, this is a very dark blue. You know, it's certain aspects and certain lighting frames, it may even look black, but it's a very dark blue. All right, so let's look at the cutouts on the bottom. All right, so you have your cutout for your speaker grill. You have a large cutout here for your USB Type-C port, as well as a cutout for the microphone. Come on, zoom. All right, then you have your volume up and down rockers, and it's very tactile, and it works fairly well. So no real issues turning up and down the volume. Over here to the right, you do have a power button, and then you have a recess here for your alert slider. One thing I am noticing, it is kind of hard to get in there to toggle it up and down. You can if you have a bit of a nail, but for me, I like to keep my nails short, so I'm having a hard time in here. So that's something that you might want to consider if you're purchasing this. If you're someone that has a little bit of longer nails, then that might work well for you. But again, for $7-8, there's really not much of an expectation there. Up top, you have your microphone cut out. And over here to the back, again, you have that textured pattern. You do have a lip over here. Let's see if we could pick it up in the camera. So there's a bit of a recess here. So obviously, if you're laying the phone flat on a surface, you're really not gonna have any issues of the phone actually scratching the camera lenses. And let's see if we have enough of a raised lip. Yeah, I do see it right here. You have a bit of a raised lip on the top and the bottom. So there's really, that's gonna be your screen protection if you lay your phone flat. It's gonna be from the raised lip from the top and the bottom, and from the sides you really don't have that because of the curved display. So if you have any questions, any comments in regards to this case, leave it in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's try the next case. All right, again, similar packaging, almost identical, just different colors. This one looks a little bit more spruced up with this is gel case, screen protector, waterproof bag. I'm not sure why you would need a waterproof bag for your case, but I guess they're letting you know you could drop your phone in here and use it as a waterproof bag, which is definitely cool. I like the fact that they threw in a screen protector. That's something they did not have to do. And at this price point, it's kind of not expected, but hey, it is. One other dead giveaway that this is a cheap Chinese knockoff is when they print a pattern of the phone, just so you don't get confused. At this point, if you're confused, if you purchase the right case for your phone, I think, you know, you have some issues. This is kind of tacky, but hey, it is in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna correct that. I don't see a screen protector in here. So it says on the bag, screen protector. I did not get it. So unless I just got sent one without one, or that's just some company branding on here, they just don't really give you the screen protector, I'm not sure. But nevertheless, let's look at the case. Again, to my disappointment, it is just a regular soft gel case. Again, with the ultra hybrid cases that I like, this section is a hard plastic and the edge around it is soft touch. I did like the fact that you have these additional padded areas over here on the edges. Typically when you drop your phone, you might drop it like this at an angle and it's gonna fall down on one of these edges, and it's nice to have that extra protection. Over here, there's really not much to see. Usually people that get these cases like myself, or people that wanna actually show off the device, so you're gonna get something that's a clear case so you can show off the colors and whatnot. So let's go ahead and throw the phone in there. I'm most likely gonna go with this case. However, I did notice that the other case seemed to be a little bit more substantial, which is something that I liked. So we'll see what happens. I didn't like the fact that the alert slider was really hard to get to. All right, so let's do a quick hardware tour. All right, autofocus. Over here, you have a cutout for your microphone, your your USB Type-C slot. You have a cutout here for your speaker grill. Over here to the right, you have a cutout for your volume button. I'm sorry, you have a cutout for your power button, and you have your alert slider here. And this is much easier to use. It's much easier to access. So what that other case manufacturer could have did was just use a little bit less padding or a larger cutout here. Again, you do have those padded cushions on all four corners, which gives you some additional drop protection. Up top here, we have a cutout for an additional microphone. Over here to the left, you have a cutout for your volume rockers, and they work very well and is very tactile. Take me for my word on that. And over here to the back, you do have a raised lip. Let's try to get it in the shot. a very minimal raised lip, but you can see there's enough there to protect the camera when you're laying the phone down flat on a surface. The camera won't get scratched. Let's take a look at the lip here on the front. Okay, similar to the last case, because of the curved display, you're gonna have a raised lip on the top and the bottom to act as your front screen protection if you're putting it flat like that. It's a very minimal lip, so I would have some concerns with this case, but nevertheless, I guess that's kind of that's partly to do with this curved display and having that that curved edge over there, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it's not that substantial of a curve. And yes, if you have any questions, any comments, leave in the comment section below. Again, both of these cases are like basic protection that you can get for your phone. I think over time, if I do stay with this phone, I'm gonna get a more reputable name brand of a case, but for now, this will do. I really didn't spend a lot of money on these cases, and just to have some basic protection for your phone, I think this is very good. Luckily for me, I don't use the alert slider very much, and I'm kind of surprised that this other case for me just felt a little bit more beefier and a little bit more protection. And I thought I would just go with the clear case because I typically like clear cases, but I think I might rock this bad boy because again, I don't use that alert slider too much, and I may shut it off at the end of the night and put it on silent to go to sleep. But other than that, I'm not really toggling the alert slider switch. And this just feels a little bit more high quality than this clear TPU case. All right, folks, that's my video. And again, if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.